Hi, I'm Millie Tamarez.
And I'm Alise Morales.
And this is
Go Touch Grass,
the podcast where we log in
so you can log off.
Alise and I are two chronically online comedians, and on this pod, we break down the week in internet discourse, viral memes, TikTok trends, and niche influencer drama so that you can literally do anything else.
And if you like what you hear today and you want to hear more, we have a Go Touch Grass Patreon with tons more content weekly, access to our Discord community, and our spinoff series, Search History, where we go back and break down a viral discourse from the past. Right now, for this week's Patreon, we have a search history up about bean soup theory, which I posit may be the very first load-bearing TikTok. You'll have to decide when you listen to the episode if that's the case. We definitely decided it's in the top 5 load-bearing TikToks of all time. And if you don't know what bean soup theory is, go to the Patreon and listen.
Don't forget to give us the gift of leaving a 5-star rating and review. We love your reviews. We need more of them. But really, the best review you can do is to tell your friends about our little podcast, tag us in a story, repost it, we're online. And also, we have a YouTube page. You can check out our YouTube page where we will have full videos up every week and with extra moments that you didn't get in the audio. Be sure to check out our website, GoTouchGrassPodcast.com, for all things Grass Nations. We got a lot of fun things coming up in 2026. And please, 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 at the time of this recording, we are 39 subscribers away from getting to 500, which will help us monetize and will help us a lot. So please, please, please subscribe to us there.
Wonderful.
Great.
Is it time?
It's time for our Memes in Review 2025 edition.
Wow.
Every year, we always go through month by month and review the biggest memes and moments and reflect on whether or not we're learning from the memes.
Yeah.
And
what were the funniest, best moments?
Yeah, and also, what does it say about our culture? Blase, squaze. So this year was a wild and crazy meme year. So while I was writing this and looking and outlining, there was just some shit I forgot happened this year. But before we get started, Alise, do you want to tell us any reflections on 2025 so far? So far. We have 2 weeks late.
It's... here's the thing. As we were going through to do our memes in review, there were some major memes of this year, obviously. But I felt like last year it was almost easier. I feel like last year was maybe a memeier year than this year.
There were more tentpole moments. It's hard because it's while I was writing, while we were writing this, it was what's a meme? What is just something that happened in 2025? Yeah. But then with this is a lot of current events had meme reactions that then sparked conversation and stuff like that. But I guess in 2024, there were things that were purely Timothée Chalamet lookalike contest and those things
holding space for defying gravity, Luigi Mangione in general.
Yeah, but Luigi Mangione is a good example of that's something that happened that we memed a lot about. It wasn't pure meme, so it's made it challenging.
Yeah,
for sure.
I was this year was a little bit, it was interesting in terms of memes. And another thing that we ran into is a lot of the big memes of this year didn't have a definitive date. They were kind of just concepts that came into vogue and were harder for us to be this started in January because of this.
Yeah, I think that's just the name of the game with memes in general and trends and stuff is sometimes the gestation period of a trend or a meme is 1 month, 2 months. So one of the memes, honorable mention for 2025, huge one, was Dubai chocolate.
Yeah.
And that one, I did some research, ended up not making the list, but Dubai chocolate was invented in 2021.
Wow.
And it took all these years. And then finally, I think the pinnacle of Dubai chocolate was when there was a pistachio shortage, which Dubai chocolate is a play on a Middle Eastern dessert, kanife, which is really thin strips of fried phyllo dough and with tahini and pistachio paste covered in chocolate. So it's this crunchy, nutty thing. Super, super popular in 2025. Started in 2021.
Yeah.
And then it all kind of ramped up into the pistachio shortage we experienced this year in April and May.
Yeah.
But if we're looking, so was that a 2025 meme? You know, who knows?
Another one that's like tough to date, but I do feel like is probably one of the big memes of the year, if not like the meme of the year, is 6'7".
Which was going to be is honorable mention at the end of the episode.
I'm sorry. I thought we were doing them. That's my fault. My fault. I can cut that out.
Yeah. We'll cut it out.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So we're going to have more honorable mentions at the end of the episode that were hard to date, but should we dive in with our January 2025 meme of the year?
Yeah. So to make sure we go through everything, this is how this episode's going to work. We're going to go put 5 minutes on the clock for each month. And at the end of the episode, we'll share some honorable mentions. Mm-hmm. And like we said, editor's note, it is hard to trace meme usage to an exact date. Again, we talked about the gestation period. So with that, without further ado, Alise, are you doing the time?
I've got the timer.
So let's start with January. January was quite a month in this lovely time in this country's history. One of the first things, I guess it's hard, I'm going to call it January, but we see the rise of the term reheating nachos, which is internet speak for producing creative work such as a song, album, acting, performance, look that is similar, but parentheses, usually not as good as the one that came before, right?
Right.
So in other words, to reheat nachos is to build on someone else's work or one's own without adding anything new or fresh.
Yes.
So hard to say. There's traces of it being used in 2024, at the end of 2024, but really Q1, the first quarter, January, February, March, that's where we start to really see big uses of reheating nachos. Mm-hmm. This tweet, I guess Blue Sky was someone said, I find it interesting that Gaga's new album /singles have a somewhat similar performance as Dua Lipa's last album /singles, but the Dua Lipa album is online considered a flop while Gaga's album is a hit and she is reheating nachos.
Wow.
Another one is from Reddit in February of this year. It says Chapo Roan reheating Halsey's nachos, who reheated nachos from the 90s. So that's kind of like,
I feel like I don't agree with either of those as being reheated nachos in general. It's like some people can be influenced by other people, but I did see recently some reheating nachos allegations because I guess Meghan Trainor, my former Spotify Wrapped, not this year, has started doing like a blonde pinup thing, and people are like, she's trying to reheat Sabrina Carpenter's nachos.
Yeah. So
I was just going to say, I feel like for it to be reheated nachos, you kind of have to be doing it worse than the other person.
Well, people have different interpretations, because some people said that Shakira was reheating Beyonce's nachos, specifically with the album Renaissance and with Shakira's new music, and also like Cowboy Carter and Shakira did like a cowboy thing. So, but frankly, like, the reheating nachos conversation, reheating other people's nachos, all that is very, very contentious, not clear, whatever. But the origin of the metaphorical nachos came from a viral clip of the show Baddies West, in which Natalie Nunn and Stunna Girl are talking and Stunna Girl is eating nachos. The account sharing the clip captioned it, quote, "You can tell Natalie no-key wanted Stunna Girl's nachos." And the viral phrase caught fire in early 2025 in cultures of social media devoted to pop culture fandom. Here is the creator Sam_on_deck8 talking about the evolution of the term reheating nachos.
Gorgeous.
The evolution of the phrase reheating their nachos makes me insane, because that started off as a Baddies clip where Natalie Nunn looked like she wanted Stunna Girl's actual nachos, like she looked hungry. And the gays turned it into a meme, then used it to describe pop girls who are seemingly copying each other, like she wants her nachos, and then evolved it into a metaphor to describe a pop girl referencing themselves. These internet gays are like the Plato and Aristotle's of our time. Like there's no fucking way. It's so unnecessary and creative, and I hate it, but I can't get enough of it.
It is fascinating to me. Like I just assumed that it was a phrase. Honestly, I would have, if you had asked me, I would have been like, probably came out of like Black Twitter or something. Like
it really did though. Baddies West.
Yeah, like the concept, it makes sense. Like that you are reheating someone's nachos. You're taking their nachos and you're
just reheating them.
You're reheating them or whatever. Like it makes sense. So I would have never thought that it actually had like an origin from a show, from an image, etc. I thought it just like kind of was a turn of phrase that popped up. So that is very fascinating to me.
Yes. Also very fascinating in January of this year. How much time do I have left?
You have 30 seconds.
In January of this year, we had a 14-hour TikTok ban. Remember on Saturday, January 18th, the Supreme Court upheld a controversial law forcing the popular online platform offline, and Trump saved it via Truth Social. And he decided to work with Xu Zichu, who is now like the CEO of TikTok. And the CEO of TikTok went to Trump's inauguration along with Joe Rogan, Tucker Carlson, Theo Vaughn, Sam Altman, Mark Zuckerberg, Jeff Bezos, Sundar Pichai of Google Alphabet, and Elon Musk. Jake Paul, Logan Paul, Dana White, Waka Flocka, Amber Rose, Nelly, Snoop Dogg performed at the inauguration. Vivek Ramaswamy, Charlie Kirk, R.I.P., Nigel Farage, and international leaders like Italy's Giorgia Meloni and Argentina's Javier Milei went to the inauguration, and the inauguration is where we got the famous Roman salute by Elon Musk.
Right, the Roman salute.
So on top of reheating nachos, we're getting Elon reheating the nachos of Nazis. So that all happened in January 2025.
Wow. I almost forgot that that's when the fucking inauguration.
Yep. Well, remember, like, it's important to do TikTok ban, threatening of TikTok ban. Guy makes announcement of TikTok ban. Guy shows up at the inauguration. Trump saves TikTok.
Right.
That whole thing has to be put in context.
Right. I'm like, again, I mean, the point of us doing this is to remember the year. And sometimes I'm like, God damn, the year is crazy. It was a crazy year.
It's crazy.
Okay, I'm going to put 5 minutes on the clock for our meme of February. February, we get the Kendrick Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah, that's the message from TikTok. That next is Trump saying we need TikTok to live in the United States. And then these are all the people who showed up to the inauguration. Okay. Anyway.
Great. Okay, so February, that's when we have the Kendrick Super Bowl. As we all know, as we've covered on the podcast, the Kendrick Super Bowl was kind of the pinnacle of the Drake versus Kendrick beef. I mean, going into the Super Bowl, it was widely considered that Kendrick had won, but this was kind of like the victory lap, like the star at the top of the tree of Kendrick winning this beef. And the entire thing was a very meme-worthy situation, but the big meme that came out of it is this image that Millie and I are looking at right now of Kendrick smiling and walking, and this is the moment in the song Not Like Us, which is the big big diss track of the entire beef, where he says, "Say Drake, I hear you like I'm young." So this is him looking to camera with this little mischievous smile.
Well, and also like the thing around this moment is that Drake said, "I'm going to sue you if you do this. So you'll be in trouble." So he did it anyway. Yeah,
it's him being like basically provoking Drake and seeing like, yeah, I am going to say your name. I am not going to change any of the implications of this song that basically say you're a pedophile in many, many different ways. And so this is literally an image of that moment. And there's so much about it. Like Kendrick's little mischievous smile. He's mid-walk. You can kind of tell how tiny he is, which I do think adds to like the little sort of like elven nature of the meme.
The flared jeans.
The flared jeans. The image that has gone viral is it seems like it is one that someone like took of their TV. So there's almost like a blue wash to the entire thing. Like there's a lot of different elements of it that make it a visually interesting image. And then here I have just like a couple different examples of how it's been used. So people will like attach this picture all the time to different memes. So this first one is, I think it's her saying, when I get a "wait, can I be mean for a second" text, and then it's just the picture of Drake. Or the picture of Kendrick.
Yes.
The picture of Kendrick ready. The next is, if I send you this, no, I'm about to fuck up your whole life. The picture of Kendrick. And then we've even got into the Twilight universe. Edward Cullen, after dumping a teenage girl and leaving her alone in the woods. The picture of Kendrick. So I feel like this image has become like emblematic of the entire beef and it's the image of him winning the beef, I feel like.
At like the biggest event in the United States. 127 million people watched the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Blah, blah, blah. And he's wearing these flared pants.
Yeah. There's something extremely triumphant about it, which is, I think, why it like has had staying power. Because I still see this image prop up all the time.
It you know, very memeable and it's another thing of like an event, a tentpole event that happened that turned into a meme, like reaction meme timeline. Very, very interesting.
Exactly. It's like this thing that was so dominant in pop culture, the Drake versus Kendrick beef, to finally have like an image associated with sort of like the climactic moment of it, I think is what brings it all together.
And also like the beef was asynchronous, right? Like it was like everyone encountering it at different times and reacting to it. So it was like we all had like a monoculture reaction at the same time.
Yeah.
Like,
it's when we all finally got to come together and say, well, Kendrick won, obviously.
Yeah. And also pedophilia, a big theme in 2025.
Big theme of 2025.
Wow.
Is pedophiles.
These pedophiles.
Incredible.
Constantly dominating culture.
Well, I'm at 4 minutes and 30 seconds. I cede my 30 seconds to the month of March.
To the month of March. Okay, March was a crazy time. I hate to say crazy. The whole thing is crazy. March was the month of Signalgate when alcoholic and Department of War Secretary Pete Hegseth made a group chat on an app used to buy drugs to discuss bombing Yemeni Houthis.
Yep.
And included a journalist in the chat. We did a whole episode about them.
We did.
Also, another thing that happened that month is the meme Everything's Computer, which is what Trump said. When
I love Everything's Computer.
Everything's Computer is pretty good, which is at the time when Elon Musk used the White House driveway as a place to display multiple Tesla cars and kind of use it as a Tesla ad. And Trump got into the vehicle and said, wow, everything's computer.
Oh, that's beautiful. Wow. That's beautiful. This is a different panel than I've had. Everything's computer. That's beautiful. Wow.
But the meme I want to talk about is one of the biggest memes of 2025. Wow. Get Me to God's Country.
Oh, I love Get Me to God's Country.
Get Me to God's Country. So if you don't know Get Me to God's Country, it's by Morgan Wallen, who appeared as a musical guest on the March 29th, 2025 episode of SNL, Saturday Night Live, and it had Mikey Madison as the host. At the end of the episode, Madison, 26, was closing out her hosting debut when Wallen whispered something into her ear, subsequently stepped off stage, which people really don't do. You're supposed to hang out for the whole 30 seconds of closing credits or whatever. As soon as closing credits start, Morgan Wallen whispered something into Mikey Madison's ears, got out stage, and posted this post, which is a picture of a tarmac of his private jet saying, "Get me to God's country." This became a huge, huge meme, and it's because it has two kind of meanings, right? Like, for the people who sincerely, like, fans of Morgan Wallen, all this stuff, like this meme, like "Get me to God's country" means like signifying a desire to return to a rural, simpler place like Tennessee. It's a cultural meme for escaping modern life found on merchandise like hats and shirts sold by Wallen. So since then, he's made this into merch, and it represents a longing for nature and a more traditional, less hectic lifestyle, often associated with the American South or just rural escapes. So that's like what pro-Wallen people say. Yeah. Obviously, people clearly trolled this to God's country to mean whatever.
Yeah.
And that's because the irony of this coming from Morgan Wallen talking about God's country is pretty crazy when you look at his background. So I'm going to go through really quickly everything that Morgan Wallen has done. May 2020, Wallen is kicked out of and arrested at Kid Rock's Nashville bar.
Wow.
Think about how bad you have to be kicked out and arrested at Kid Rock's bar in Nashville.
Wow.
All right. October 2020, a week before he's supposed to go on SNL for the first time, Wallen is filmed partying without a mask during lockdown. October 2020. Think about what you had to do to get into a restaurant in New York City in October 2020.
Yeah.
And then think about how there was a video of Morgan Wallen hanging out in a crowded Alabama nightclub, making out with random people and all this stuff before he appeared on Saturday Night Live. They canceled his performance. Then 2 months later, on December 5th, 2020, Wallen comes back because, punishment only lasts for 2 months. And they made a joke about it. Cute.
Yep.
Then February 2021, Wallen is caught on video saying the N-word.
Of course.
Then 2021, Wallen's music is pulled from radio stations. He's suspended by his record label. February 10th, 2021, Wallen issues a video apology where he apologizes to his remarks, and he says he's spoken to leaders in the Black community. Then then he kind of chills out. He gets banned from performing at shit. Cancels a gig in Mississippi minutes before he was supposed to go on stage, and that gets sued by his fans for canceling the fucking thing. Then in April,
and he did that in God's country.
He did that in God's country.
In God's country.
That's why I'm like, this man is godless. April 8th, 2024, Wallen is arrested in Nashville and charged with 3 felony counts for throwing a chair from a 6-story rooftop bar in Nashville next to 2 police officers who saw the chair come down, looked up, and saw it was Morgan Wallen. He was arrested on 3 felony counts of reckless endangerment, a 1 count of disorderly conduct, and 1 count of disorderly conduct. And then, yes, he got 7 days at DUI re-education camp and 2 years of probation. So what do you think of God's country? What do you think of Morgan? We're about out of time.
I think that the ironic use of "Get Me to God's Country" was such a fun and immediate meme. Yeah, I feel like, I think that his personal use, like, that's always existed, but the fact that he said that in relation to like some kind of unknown beef he has with SNL, because SNL has been like
so forgiving to him.
Yeah, and also like, no one knows exactly what it is that made him want to leave the stage so like quickly, abruptly, and post this thing, and it's so like hyperbolic, and it's also just anytime you come up with something as fun to say and as like universally applicable as a "Get Me to God's Country," like that's gonna be a meme.
Yeah, it's gonna be a meme. And also that he's like, God's country is Nashville, Tennessee, which is like in many ways Wakanda for white women, but also that he like throws chairs and is constantly arrested there. I'm like, okay, babe.
Yeah, it's like, why are you you're behaving in a godless manner when you're in God's country. You're actually godless, but "Get Me to God's Country" will endure, I feel. Well, I think "Get Me to God's Country" all the time. So, all right. It is time for April, our meme of April. So we do have an honorable mention. April was the month that we asked who would win in a fight, 100 men or a gorilla.
We didn't ask.
The world asked.
Yeah,
but we did also ask. We talked about it on our...
We talked about it.
We talked about it on our podcast. So that is... April 2025 is the month where that discussion was taking place.
Yes.
But the true meme of April 2025, is the Blue Origin all-women space flight. That is the flight where they were really trying to push this in a very like 2016 feminism way of like, women are going to space. And everyone was kind of like, yeah, okay.
Women have gone to space, and also like they didn't go into like they just went.
They just went up really high, which is something I've spoken about a lot on my personal TikTok. I understand that technically that is space, but to me personally, if you want to say that you've gone to space, you got to get up there. You got to look out the window of the spaceship and see the Earth as a little round guy. And
I think they did see it as
no, they only went up really high.
But I thought they like hit like whatever and then came down.
Well, they hit the anti-gravity part. Like you can, when you get up super high, you can get to anti-gravity, but they didn't see the Earth from the window. They didn't leave like.
Interesting. So they
didn't
went
get
higher
into
on the
dark.
morning show.
Yeah, they like. I mean,
Yes.
yes. They didn't get up into like the blackness.
Yeah,
You know what I
okay,
mean?
okay,
There's
okay.
like it's called something.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Bezos did. Jeff Bezos did, but the wife didn't. Interesting.
I don't think any of the billionaires have actually gone up into the shit. They all go into this basically like it's technically space. You are in the anti-gravity thing, but it is not like space the way we conceive it of an astronaut going out and being able to look out the window and see space.
Interesting.
So who was on this mission? Lauren Sanchez, now Lauren Bezos, Gail King, Aisha Bao, who is a former NASA engineer. So there were like two actual real people who should be on this space flight that were on there. And so it's always funny when everyone's like, this space flight is a joke. And I'm like, well, there were two ladies on there who did deserve to be on there. And one of them is Aisha Bao. And one of them, there's an Amanda Nguyen, who is a bioaeronautics research scientist and civil rights activist. Then Carrie Ann Flynn, who is a film producer. And of course, Katy Perry. Was also Katy Perry, who's now dating Justin Trudeau. We can't get into it, but Katy Perry, great, makes perfect sense. Anyone who doesn't think it makes sense needs to spend 2 seconds thinking about either of those people, and then you'll see that it actually makes perfect sense. So these are just two images that got of Katy Perry. Number one, this one on the right is her kissing the ground when they got back. Remember, the total flight was 11 minutes long.
Yeah.
They went up. They get to the point where you are in anti-gravity and you come back down.
I mean, to be fair to Katy Perry, right? People freak out about flying, period.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't think that going up into whatever atmosphere and coming back down is guaranteed. You know what I mean? More of like the shit could explode. Not like this is a long, treacherous journey, but like there's a big chance the shit could explode.
Well, absolutely. Like the thing is, if I did go up in a spaceship, which I have no interest in doing ever, 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 but if for some reason I did do that, I probably would kiss the ground when I got back. But we're also... This point in time for Katy Perry is culturally she's in a major flop era. And so the world was primed to already just find anything that she was doing ridiculous. So as soon as we get this image of her kissing the ground when she comes back, this is being memed. And then there's also this image of her with the daisy that she brought into space with her, because daisies are kind of her thing. I think she has like a daisy album. Maybe her kid with Orlando Bloom is named Daisy.
That would make sense, I think.
Daisy she likes daisies. She likes daisies. She likes daisies. So these are just two of the images from that Blue Origin space flight, which are also just kind of representative, I think, of the weird era of Katy Perry that we're generally in. Yeah. You know, she hasn't had a hit.
And also like backlash to girl boss.
Yes.
I mean, if anything, 2025 is like major backlash to girl boss.
Yeah. Yes. Because this is very girl boss feminism. It's like we're going to send a billionaire's wife and like a random pop star and all these people, these random women into space. And I'm supposed to feel empowered by that when actually like all this horrible stuff is going on. Donald Trump is president again. There's a genocide. Like, but I'm supposed to feel empowered because Katy Perry has a daisy and she's in zero gravity.
For 11 minutes.
For 11 minutes. So that's the Blue Origin space flight. I cede my time for the month of April.
For the month of May, you did April.
I did April. That was April.
So May, it was an interesting month. J.D. Vance, vice president, met Pope Francis on Easter, which is April 2025. A day later, the Pope passed away from a stroke. So a lot of people, including, influencer / JFK's grandson, Jack Schlossberg, suggested that Vance killed the Pope.
Yeah.
So that was in April 2025. Right. I think because of the Pope dying and also the fact May 2025 was 2 months after the Oscars, right? Oscars were in March 2025. And one of the best picture nominees was this movie, Conclave,
right,
which is a 2024 political thriller directed by Edward Berger and written by Peter Stragan, based on the 2016 novel about a conclave meeting, which is, the meeting in which they elect a new pope after one dies or resigns. and it involves all cardinals. I found this out under 80 years old, and it's held in strict isolation.
Wait, so over 80, the cardinal can't
vote, which I don't know. That's
we should do that with our government.
Well, I feel like, isn't Trump 80 or is he 79?
He's like 79 years old, and I think like there are many people that are over 80 that are making decisions, and I'm like, wait, but the popes have a role?
Popes, yeah. Okay. Well, I gotta check this because that's what, you know what I mean. First of all, I'm Buddhist, so reporting on Catholicism, I'm out of my depth.
If this is in the episode, it means that I, as the editor, checked it, and it is correct.
Okay. So they're held with strict isolation, literally with a key, and all participants take oaths of secrecy. And basically, they vote by a secret ballot in the Sistine Chapel, with white smoke signaling a new pope and black smoke signal indicating no election.
Yep.
This can last for days, weeks, or whatever. So what happens? We just came off a really good movie called Conclave, and a conclave is happening. Memes are a-coming. Everyone was tweeting about the conclave, posting about the conclave. People are never even suspected to be Catholic. We're having opinions on who the Pope should be, whatever. And here are some of the memes that we got. So somebody said the cardinals writing down names for the Pope like they're on Traitors and Survivor. Also, the thing about Conclave 2 was that it was a political thriller. So it's like showing how they whip votes and like decide like who's going to lead the future of the Catholic Church.
Yeah.
Is it going to be this old, like basically like fascist guys are going to be like, we're looking for a woke guy. Oh my God, the woke guy has a secret kid. All this shit, right? So because of that led to, I think, these memes. Another one is Happy Conclave Eve, and this is a meme from 500 Days of Summer where Joseph Gordon-Levitt says, watch Conclave with me, and Zooey Deschanel says yes, and Joseph Gordon-Levitt has the smoke screen live, and Zooey Deschanel shows the movie Conclave. So these were things that were popping off. Another one is so somebody tweeted lowering my expectations, and then somebody says two folders. One says memes if the new pope is not a fascist, and another one that says how to become a Buddhist monk. And then this person also tweeted next, preparing two folders in my laptops. One is for memes of the pope if the pope is woke, the other one is for how to become a Buddhist monk. And this is just, again, like there was so much anticipation, so much conversation. People wanted to cover their ass and make sure, you know.
You never know what's going to happen. You know, that's the point of Conclave is you never know who the Pope's going to be until that smoke comes out white.
And the Pope ended up being from Chicago.
Yep.
I think he's Italian.
He's like
Italian American or something?
He's a Chicago guy. I mean, the big thing that I remember is there was a really viral video of a girl. It was like a woman like around our age and her brother. And basically, because this guy, he went to Villanova, I think, this Pope.
Okay.
And basically, it was them realizing that the Pope that had been chosen was someone that their mom had hooked up with in college.
Oh.
They were like, Mom hooked up with the Pope! Mom hooked up with the Pope!
You go, it's Bob Primos. It's literally Bob Primos. Yes. It's literally Bob. Mom's situationship is the Pope of the Catholic Church. Oh my God. My mom hooked up with the Pope.
It's a really funny video.
I didn't know that popes could fuck.
I think well, you know, back in the day, a lot of the popes were fucking.
Well, I mean, I didn't know that they could fuck legally.
Yeah, I mean, I think
that's
that it's
famously like, isn't that like the Scarlet Letter, a pope fucking?
I think it's like
once you're like in the pope school.
Yeah, once you're like poped up and you're wearing all this stuff, I think
once
you're technically not supposed to be fucking.
Yeah.
But I guess when you're still in seminary, maybe they look the other way. So
Conclave was May 2025.
So that was May 2025. All right. Now we are on to our June 2025 memes. And actually, I felt that there are two memes from June of 2025 that I felt were equally weighted. So June 2025 goes to two different, I would say, like viral sounds, viral clips. The first is Nothing Beats a Jet 2 Holiday. So let's just listen to what became the viral sound and then we'll break it down.
Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4.
Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday with like the upbeat music and whatnot. That became an extremely viral sound
So popular.
in June of 2025. So what is Jet2? It's just like a UK-based budget family travel agency. Like that's just all it is like Jet2 will help you plan a well-budgeted vacation for your family. But there's something about the voice of that woman and the upbeat music that just,
And
it has sound quality.
And I think that when people started using it, it was to show like their shitty holidays.
Yes.
Or shitty moments on vacation.
Yes.
So then that makes sense with the Jet2 being budget.
Yeah, so it was like, I don't know if Jet2 is like kind of more well known in the UK. I also have a theory that like Love Island was on at this time.
And it's like a song from a UK pop artist.
Yeah, so I think that like Love Island is in the air, it's summer, etc. But like you said, this sound starts going super viral and people start overlaying it onto videos of like fucked up vacations. So these are screenshots I have from 3. 1, this is just a video of a dog airing out its ass on a boat. Nothing beats a Jet2 holiday.
Exactly.
This next one is a woman being attacked by like so many turtles.
Yeah, she's swimming with turtles and she's getting attacked and she's screaming.
And what you'll see is that these are all screenshots of TikToks, right? And it's basically like people would post an original video of themselves on vacation and then someone would comment, please put the Jet2 holiday sound on it, and then they would do that with this video. So this other last one is just a woman in a wave pool getting absolutely rocked by a wave, and all of these are set to nothing beats a Jet2 holiday.
Yeah.
And I even saw that there's like an interview out with the voice actress who says nothing beats a Jet2 holiday because of how big the meme got.
Incredible.
So that's meme number 1 of June, a big one.
Yeah.
But there's one that's equally big. There's one that really, I think, stands the test of time.
Does it stand on business?
Millie, it does stand on business. Because June 13th, 2025 is the day that Page Six released a video of Justin Bieber getting frustrated with a bunch of paparazzi as he leaves Soho House in Malibu.
Wow.
Let's watch that video.
I'm a dad, I'm a husband. You're not getting it. It's not clocking to you. It's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business, is it?
We're in the sidewalk, Justin.
I don't give a if you're on the sidewalk. I'm a human being. You're standing around my car at the beach. You know what I'm saying? You don't think I'm a real guy, do you? You're gonna take this video out of context. You're gonna say I'm mad. I don't know who the paying you to provoke me, but I'm not the one. Okay? Stop provoking me and I'm a real dad, a real husband, a real man.
All right.
So don't do this to me. Okay?
All right, cool.
I'm not to be with. I don't know who's paying you to me or provoke me, but I'm not the one. I don't care that you're on the sidewalk. I don't care what kind of dirty work, what kind of nasty you're getting paid in the background to provoke me, bro, but I'm not the one. I'm really not the one.
Okay, we can cut it here.
I haven't heard the whole thing.
I know. Well, there are so many good lines in it. I'm a dad.
I'm a real dad.
I'm a real
That's tough. I mean, I get both sides. I get like why he's frustrated, but I'm also like, babe, you're at the parking lot of the like, okay, if it's a doctor's office or something very intimate, but you're in the Malibu Soho house. Like, that's a very like paparazzi place to be.
I guess I would need to know like if the pop, like if
the pops probably said
if they're
something
like saying some shit, I get it. I mean, I'm not. The thing is, so this went insanely viral because of the phrase "It's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business," which is
AAVE struggle.
It's almost correct usage of kind of all of it, but not really.
Yeah.
It becomes emblematic of white people using AAVE.
Which is African American vernacular.
Yes.
English.
Yes.
which a lot of people do.
Which a lot of people do. It became immediately kind of emblematic of that type of thing, of like a white person using AAVE almost right, but not totally right.
I mean, I don't know if that's how, I mean, I'm not someone, I guess I use clock it a little bit more and standing on business. I don't know if I would use those two together in a sentence. I'm not saying that it's not clocking to you. Okay. So clocking is when it registers.
Yeah.
You've seen it. You noticed it. #noticing. Clock, right? When you clocked it. Right? Note taken. Standing on business means you're serious.
Yeah.
So I guess what he's saying is you're not processing that I'm serious.
Yeah. You don't get that I'm serious about
my boundaries.
my boundaries.
But I guess makes sense. It's not wrong, but like together, it sounds off.
It sounds,
and he's Canadian, which doesn't help.
There's also just
His
something
Canadian
to
accent's coming
the passion in his voice, I think, adds to it. I'm a dad. I'm a husband. I'm a real man. And then, like, it's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business. There's something about the passion behind all of it that really gave this the juice. It's not clocking to you that I'm standing on business continues. I mean, I feel like it's up there with Get Me to God's Country and, like, new turns of phrase that entered the lexicon. I will say that Justin Bieber himself has been very good-natured about the meme.
Yeah.
It's been a chaotic year for him, which we have covered on the pod. But he's shared references to it on his story many times when it went viral. And there was a instance like right after it went viral where one user like reposted it and was like, not even Justin's security guard is safe from his wrath, implying that the person he was yelling at was his security guard. And Justin wrote back and he was like, this guy worked at the restaurant. He's not my security. He had to understand I was standing on business. So,
okay. I mean, I say Justin had a hard year, but then we posted about his tweet freak out, but his album was super huge and like people really are sincerely liking it. So I don't know.
I think he had a hard year personally, but maybe not professionally.
But then what, there's not really big shakeouts that happen. Like he's still with that we know of. Maybe something else happened. But
people have all sorts of theories about his wife and this and that he may have been mentally affected by the Diddy stuff and that unmoored him.
Pedophilia,
the theme of 2025.
Pedophilia all around. Guys, we're going to go straight to July. July. I don't know if this is the biggest meme of the year, but definitely we talked about it. The big meme of July was the Coldplay Kiss Cam.
Oh, wow.
That's not what I'm going to talk about, but I have to mention it because it was so huge.
Wow,
it was biggest meme of July. And it became when now ex-CEO Andy Byron was called out by Coldplay frontman Chris Martin for having an affair after ducking from the Jumbotron camera. Martin was only joking. He said, "Oh my God, are they having an affair?" But it actually turns out he was.
But he was clocking.
And then
he was clocking.
He clocked it. And the whole thing resulted in memes. If you want to hear more about it, please listen to our old episodes.
Yeah.
We need the listens. But what I want to talk about is this meme that went huge. That also leads into another kind of term. But Alise, have you heard of the Indonesian boat racing kid?
No.
All right.
I don't know anything about the Indonesian boat racing kid.
Okay. So this is a term. This meme is connected to a term that also went big this year called aura farming.
Right.
And aura farming, and I have to say this, right? We are recapping memes. Recapping memes and we are defining these terms as a service to you. If they don't whether they make logical sense or not in a grammatical way has nothing to do with us defining it.
We didn't
It's
make them
beyond
up.
the point. We are simply educating you. If you're like, Millie, this doesn't make sense. Don't shoot the messenger.
Yeah.
This
Absolutely
is just like all the other things we were saying. We didn't make it up.
No.
We're just reporting. So, aura farming refers to an act of constantly trying to, quote, look cool or badass to build aura moments. This expression was derived from the aura internet slang term and caused viral usage as early as September 2024, but obviously it takes some time to gestate. Online, that expression people use it a lot with anime and celebrity actions and just anyone who they feel like is showing off. But like also it also means like looking cool.
Yeah.
So anyway, there's this video of this kid. There's like this, and we'll watch a thing explaining it, but this video of this kid who's at the beginning, like the front of a rowboat, and he wears sunglasses and he's super cool and swaggy. And there's about 60 rowers and he's like in a race and his team is winning and he's doing like cool things. He's like keeping his balance. He's like 10 years old and everyone's like, that kid is so fucking cool. Like he's doing this really cool, like physical feat on a river. You know, he's young. He's wearing a sunglasses. They put it to like hip hop songs and everyone's like, this kid is so fucking sick.
So his aura is extremely cool.
His aura is extremely cool. It's extremely laid back. So what happens is that sparks memes all over and a lot in TikTok, mostly TikTok, all over the world of people using the song that goes viral of this guy and like pretending to be at the top of this rowing boat. So, you know, again, it's the videos are so cool. They inspired TikTokers and real users to start doing the dances for themselves, recreating the videos and posting memes about the undeniable aura coming off the kids. So this is actually like a cool origin story. So I'm gonna hand this off to creator All Hail Cullen, who's using a super edited video. And this is an example of aura. So Moses was aura farming from birth, and then somebody else put, that's an example of a tweet. And then on the bottom it says, aura farming is the funniest concept in a long time because I'm reading the Bible and it get to the part where Jesus was walking on water during a storm for literally no reason. And I just burst out laughing. I will say, right, something a little weird is that a lot of terms that are used mostly by men on the internet, a lot of the examples are of the Bible. And there's a obviously we talked about the right wing shift. There's a religious shift with young men because a lot of the people who are talking about aura farming, it's all Moses. This I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? Out of my depth. But anyway, we're gonna watch this insane video from All Hail Cullen, talking about the origin of this Indonesian boat racing kid.
Have y'all seen these aura farmers flying down the rivers on TikTok? Well, I found out what they actually are. And well, it's way crazier than I thought it would be. See, this is an Indonesian festival called Pacu Jalur, and it's been around since literally the 1600s, meaning these dudes were aura farming before we even knew what gravity was. Now, it's actually a part of a festival and it's like 4 days long, and the race is at the end as the main event. Thousands of people from around the country come to watch this, and the actual main race is a 1 kilometer distance in the Batang Kutan River. Think of it kind of like the Kentucky Derby, except the jockey's like standing on the horse dancing, I guess. Now, each boat has a crew of like 50 to 60 people with a commander who shouts out the instructions. There's the helmsman, then there's the kid who stands on the front of the boat dancing from left to right, and there's another guy in the back who actually makes music to provide the rhythm for the aura boy at the front. Now, the kid up front, he is blessed by an elder before they go out on the water, giving him the oracle powers of his ancestors to go out there and dance his heart out, I guess. Now, the child you see in this video with the black hat on, he is known as the Reaper. He's like the goat out here. He's won so many races that he got that nickname because he takes the soul out of his competition. And well, the event has gotten so popular down there that even Indonesian Lomelo Ball has competed, but he sadly lost in like dramatic fashion, and don't bring it up to him, it gets bad. Anyway, if this video gets 100K, I'll actually go out onto the river and try it myself. So click follow for that, I guess. Yeah.
I wonder if he got 100K.
I think that video link had 150 likes.
Well, then
150K likes.
I got to see him out on that river, aura farming for himself.
You can click on it. But yeah, and I feel like again that was a meme that was very popular on kind of male.
Yes. Okay. Well, that's interesting because I feel like this leads right into our next meme, which is very much related. So August of 2025 is where we get the concept of the performative male.
Ooh.
So if we look at this next slide, obviously, again, like hard to pin down dates, but August 2025 is when this article comes out in Cosmo by Kayla Kibbe called Who is the Performative Male? And the subheader is, you know him, you probably don't love him, but at least he now has a name. And this is from Wikipedia because there is a full Wikipedia on the performative male. The performative male, also sometimes called the Matcha male, is an internet...
Put a bit of matcha.
Yep. is an internet meme and term referring to an alleged archetype of a man which was popularized on social media in 2025. It generally involves performative displays of progressivism, feminism, as well as emotional sensitivity. Examples about such displays include reading books by feminist writers like All About Love by Bell Hooks, listening to female indie artists such as Clairo, drinking matcha lattes, owning a Labubu. These displays are done allegedly as a means of superficially appealing to progressive women with the intent to romantically pursue them. So I think the thing about the performative male is that he's doing all of these things to seem progressive, but it's to try to ensnare you as a woman, which I think is like, I feel like that is a trope that has existed through kind of all of time. Like, I know this guy from when I was in college before we called him the performative male. Like,
yeah, I mean, I guess like in terms of defining this, like the definition is clear to me. I guess where I would push back, and we are just record keepers and orders and messengers. But I guess for me, I'm like, I wouldn't even doubt that these guys actually like these things.
yeah.
But I think that when the performative aspect of it, and again, I'm totally talking about like two X's right now.
Yeah.
But the performative aspect is that they have all these views and they consume all these things, but like at their core, they don't respect women in the way that they feel like.
Yes.
That you feel like somebody who does engage in this culture should. Like if you're, reading Bell Hooks, which is a very interesting, important piece of talking about what it means to be in romantic relationships, you're not going to use somebody for emotional labor or cheat on them or whatever. So that's the aspect I feel like, people are hanging on the performative thing on.
Yeah.
But I'm just going to say like, it goes deeper than like liking a Labubu, and it's more of like the actual core.
Yeah, I agree with you. I feel torn about the performative male moniker because on the one hand, I know exactly the type of guy that it's talking about, which is this guy who has all of these great progressive bona fides. He reads the right books. He has the right opinions. He wears the right shirts and listens to the right music. But then at the end of the day, when you're alone in a room with him, he treats you like shit the same as anybody else.
Yeah.
But at the same time, sometimes I see this stuff and I worry that it like, I guess would discourage a man from reading Bell Hooks or something, or like or makes it so that like any guy who's engaging in this stuff in earnest now is going to be perceived as having like an ulterior motive that he might not have. Like sometimes I feel torn because on the one hand, I know the performative male. I have dated him. I have been harmed by him.
Yeah.
And on the other hand, sometimes I worry that if we like take these little monikers of like man who engages in like quote unquote like feminist interests and we make it be like, oh, if you're seen doing that, we know we don't like you and you're bad, then it's like, is that going to make it so that men don't do that stuff?
I would argue, and it's so funny, before I came here, I didn't have a chance to read it, but Josh Laura, friend of the pod, former guest, we love him, posted a Substack called 2025, the year that broke men. And I feel like this is just one of the many examinations of masculinity, malehood, all this stuff that is like coming into question. And I feel like, I just feel like there's so many things out there to discourage and encourage men. Like, if they're not gonna drink a matcha latte because of whatever, like, you know what I mean? Like,
I know. Well,
it's
that's
beyond a meme.
That's why, like, it is a meme that gets my head swirling. Because on the one hand, it's like I know what it's about. On the other hand, I'm like, well, I don't want a guy to not read Bell Hooks on the train because he's worried that people are gonna take a picture of him and be like, I saw a performative male on the train if he's actually reading it for good or whatever. But then I'm like, but he should be, secure enough in himself to do that and not worry about it. But then I'm like, but of course people are going to worry about it. So I get torn. I'm torn by
that's
the
what they want you
meme.
to think. And at the end of the day, the only way that you're not performative is if you put in this shit in action.
I know. But I guess the thing is, it's like the downside of it or whatever, the thing that people talk about is, this idea of like a guy who's kind of just minding his own business, but like reading a feminist book in public. And like, is that him being a performative male? Does he deserve to be roasted?
I feel like, it's hard for me, a woman who grew up in toxic feminine, toxic culture in the early 2000s, about how they talked about women's bodies, the way that women consume culture. All of that was hated on so much when I was growing up. And then we had this backlash of body positivity and feminism. And then we're at the backlash to that backlash. And so it's hard for me or it's like everybody who made any kind of money telling women to embrace their bodies or this and that is now on Ozempic and like whatever. So it's hard for me personally to like give a fuck if guys feel bad about reading bell hooks, but that's just me.
I know, but then I'm like, but we need them to read bell hooks.
They're good, but they should be, exactly.
But we need them to, and people are sensitive, and like that's what gets me torn. That's what gets me torn.
And that was August.
That was August.
So September, I'm really getting in. I got for some reason, I got all the Christian memes. All the Christian memes happen on my thing because September famously was the Rapture.
Wow. Oh my God. I forgot that we had a Rapture this year.
We had a Rapture this year. How could you even forget?
Oh my God.
So, faithful TikTokers believe that the Rapture was going to happen on September 23rd of 2025. And that specific date came from Joshua Mahalikela, a South African pastor who claims that he saw Jesus in his vision returning to the world on Rosh Hashanah, parentheses, New Year in Judaism.
Right.
In an interview with Set Wins TV, the pastor warned, the rapture is upon us, whether you're ready or not. He also then gave his prediction of a bit of breathing room, clarifying that the rapture would occur either on the 23rd or the 24th of September 2025. So this actually sparked Rapture Talk, which was a corner of TikTok that was hotly anticipating the rapture. Again, that belief is that faithful Christians, living and dead, shall soon be swept up into the sky with Jesus Christ. TikTok was filled with videos of creators who genuinely believe that the world is coming to an end. People were quitting their jobs, selling their cars. So here's what we're going to do. I'm going to show you a video of someone who sincerely believed in the rapture.
Okay.
And then we'll keep going.
Okay. Great.
So it took me a while because I'm like, this woman's joking. She is not.
Okay. I feel like no rapture is ever going to hit as hard as the Mayan calendar one.
Well, that's because you weren't online, Alise. If you forgot the rapture happened, you weren't on Rapture Talk. Because somebody said, this was on September 19th, and this tweet says, sorry, I haven't been around here much. I've been distracted by Rapture Talk. So this is a clip of Rapture Talk that is being talked about on Twitter.
Okay.
So it has now left Rapture Talk and is talked about on Twitter.
Okay.
And it, we'll just see.
6 days, almost 5 days to Rapture time. I'm so excited. Who else is excited? There's a guy, his account here, I don't know what his real name is, but he's a riot and he's making this whole journey so fun, but his account is called Rapture Now. He was just talking about, hey, have you heard that, there's an angel assigned to each person when we get raptured? He was like, I wonder if our pets get raptured too. He's like, dude, I want to be that.
Could you imagine?
Oh yeah, he goes, could you imagine the angel that's just assigned to one little chihuahua? They're going up 1,000 miles per hour. That is so funny. In all seriousness, today was my birthday, and I was secretly hoping it would happen today. I mean, hey, it's not Feast of Trumpets yet, though. But my next birthday will be a heavenly one. How exciting is that? But we're just sitting outside under the stars and under the lights, just having a cup of tea and just thinking about what the next few days hold. We're thinking about that 3 days of darkness and the rapture on Tuesday.
So, So that's like how some people took the rapture. Most people just clown the rapture. So these were some clowning things that happened. Somebody said, can the people who believe the rapture is happening tomorrow send me all their money? This one got 2.9 million views on Twitter. The next tweet, someone said, who's gonna do a rapture prank? And that one is it's a picture of clothes like on a sidewalk.
Yeah. So Millie, I wonder if you, as a Buddhist, understand the full context of this, which is that one of the things about the Christian rapture is that the people who get raptured, like basically what's going to happen is that the day that the rapture is to take place, all the godly people, the true Christians, when you get raptured, you get zapped up to heaven and you're going to leave your clothes behind.
Oh,
so
see, I didn't even know that.
That's why the clothes are on the sidewalk. See, I went to a weird Christian elementary school and we watched this series and read these books called Left Behind.
Oh my God.
That are basically, there's a lot. So all the people who get raptured, those are the godly people. They get zapped up. Your pilot, better hope he's not godly.
Oh my God.
Because he's getting zapped up. So then I think it's like a 7-year period of time where Satan, the Antichrist, is going to rule over Earth. And I think that you kind of get a second chance at like maybe becoming godly during that time if you make it through the 7 years. But it's going to be really hard because Satan's in charge and there's like 3 days of darkness and like demons are walking the earth and it's like really scary. But I think technically something could happen in that 7 years where you could like maybe get raptured again. I forget, but I do know that there was this series called Left Behind, and I do just always remember watching the like TV version of this series and like the scene where all the people are on the plane and they're getting raptured and they're getting zapped up and the pilot is godly, so he gets zapped up.
Oh, so you're saying the pilot better be a sinner? So
yeah,
that
you want your pilot to be
a sinner.
Yeah, you want your pilot to be a sinner because otherwise you're
well,
fucked. Or at least the co-pilot. We can't have two Christians flying the plane if the rapture happens.
Well, at least good news, the rapture didn't happen.
No.
And the pastor had to go on TikTok and apologize about it. So now we're going to watch what happened. The rapture didn't happen.
That's interesting because I feel like usually the people who make these end of the world predictions, like they're just like, whatever. Like I'm not used to them apologizing.
Well, let's see.
I mean, okay. Let's see the nature.
This is my second page. Make sure y'all follow. Now that it's safe to say that the rapture is not happening, what happens now? Because this apology is just not doing it for me.
Alrighty, folks. The rapture didn't happen like I said it would. And I promised that when it didn't happen, by the time that I said it would, that I would upload a video of me publicly apologizing and repenting of my failed prediction. And I want to acknowledge that it wasn't me saying it might happen. No, I was like fully convinced.
So here's my thing. As someone who has seen firsthand people with mental illness and disabilities give away their last, all of their money, their bill money, to churches and other institutions because of people saying things like this, what is the consequence? Especially because people were giving away their worldly possessions. And outside of that, there are people who were convinced that a rapture was coming. Okay, now what happens if somebody decided to take action into their own hands because of this prediction? Like, what's the follow-up? Because an apology with sad music just ain't cutting it for me. I don't know about y'all, but it just don't sit right with me.
So he says, I'm sorry, I will never publicly talk about the rapture again. Is that enough?
I mean, is it enough? I guess maybe I feel a little bit about it. Like what the creator was talking about, where he's like, well, some people gave away their possessions. I'm like, well, that person shouldn't have done that. Like, I don't know. Like, I guess I kind of feel like I like you felt about the performative male, where I'm like, I can't really care too much about someone who is going to hear a random guy say the rapture is happening and then like actually give away their possessions. Now, the caveat, bean soup of it all, is like, obviously if someone has a disability that prevents them from making logical choices and whatever, and they were that's different. But what I'm saying is, if you're a regular rational person and you just believed that the rapture was happening and you gave away all your earthly possessions, like, I don't feel that bad.
Yeah, it's tough.
It's tough. It's hard for me to feel too badly about that.
Well, the Rapture, that was September 2025.
That was September 2025. So let's go to October. This is another two-hander, another two-meme moment. So first, October 2025, we have the Louvre heist.
Yeah.
That was just pure fun. Great day online. So for anyone who doesn't know, the 2025 Louvre heist took place October 19th, 2025. This was when a group of thieves disguised as workers broke into the Louvre during visiting hours, stole 8 pieces of French crown jewels worth about 88 to 102 million euro. And then they escaped on motor scooters in under 8 minutes.
Incredible.
So this became popular just because, number one, it's like, this is some old school mischief. Heist type stuff.
Great Muppet caper.
Yeah, like a genuine caper. It was the type of thing that you think can't really happen.
Yeah.
And then as more information was coming about how it took place, people started to realize that like the security at the Louvre is like laughably bad. So like one example is the password for the security cameras was Louvre.
Yeah. All right. I mean, but you want something that everyone can remember. It's tough.
Yeah. It's like, this is one of those things where it's just like, you know, this was a hard year. As we've said many times, the theme of the year was pedophilia. Like, this is a tough year.
Yeah.
So for this to just be a pure thing, I'm like, there's a historical loss to losing these crown jewels, and it's a bummer because they're going to take them apart, and then you don't have the history, whatever. But at the end of the day, the harm done by this is minimal. It depends on what degree you put on historical artifacts.
Also, the French, they can get some shit stolen.
Yeah.
The French has done.
They've stolen
and pillaged and done a bunch of shit to a lot of countries and cultures. It's all right if they get some crown jewels.
Some crown jewel, the crown. I mean, it seems like they're gone because 4 people have been arrested in connection to this. There was originally a mugshot going around of 2 hot guys, but that was not true. That was apparently false. None of the crown jewels have been recovered, but my favorite meme of the Louvre heist is this image. So an image came out of the heist of like these French police standing around, and then there's like this very dapper young man in the front. He's wearing like a vest. He has a fedora on. He looks like an old school detective. So this image started going around, and people are going crazy, being like, who is this like Inspector Clouseau, like old school detective that's doing the Louvre heist? It's like adding to the lore of the Louvre heist. It turns out this is actually just a random 15-year-old boy.
Not 15.
He's 15 years old. His name is Pedro Elias Garzon Delval.
Oh, Jesus.
And he's just a 15-year-old from the Paris suburbs who was at the museum that day.
Oh my God.
And he just happened to be in the photo, and it's like, no, this isn't a detective. This is just a French teenager.
The French cops are hot too. That's
the French cops in the background are hot. But yeah, so I just loved the entire like saga of number one, the Louvre heist, and then also everyone thinking that this dapper detective was on the case. No, actually, this is just a well-dressed 15-year-old.
Well,
a 15-year-old who's using the 7-point system.
There we go. 7 point. I mean, he's missing jewelry.
He's got a watch on.
He's got a watch.
He's got a watch on.
7 point.
He's got a watch. So, you know, we'll see. Okay. The second meme of this month is the Group 7 meme.
Okay.
So this is kind of a convoluted meme in general that we didn't get into on the pod, but Group 7 refers to a TikTok trend that was started by the singer Sophia James while she was promoting her new single, So Unfair. So in hopes of getting as many ears on the song as possible, like getting it to as many people, she decided to upload these 7 nearly identical videos.
Mm-hmm.
And each one would be like Group 1, Group 2, Group 3. And whichever one appeared on your For You page, that's what group you were in. This was kind of
they said like algorithmic marketing.
And this was kind of just like the cutesy little promotional tool that she came up with. And she's like, oh, you're seeing this video? That means you're Group 1. Listen to my song, whatever. But the final group was Group 7.
The one that got viral.
The one that got viral. So basically, it's kind of just one of those magical things of virality where, like, she's chugging along doing this thing. Then the Group 7 one comes up, and a commenter writes in the comments, "I hereby declare Group 7 is the most elite group." That comment gets 250,000 likes.
Incredible.
Now, this sparks kind of this world of like anyone who sees the Group 7 video then declaring that they're in Group 7. People start making all these videos that are like, this is for Group 7 only. That original Group 7 video gets 17 million views. People start doing Group 7 anthems. They're doing dance videos. People are doing explainers to be like, what does Group 7 mean? Then it's like, I'm in Group 7, so you do a dance. So it kind of just became this like big inside joke.
Yeah.
This big, like, if you know, you know, TikTok. There's really nothing more to it. Like, it became kind of this idea that, like, if you're in Group 7, that's the elite group. And then people would, like, make videos off of that. But it really is just, like, an inside joke that made it to 17 million people.
I mean, isn't that all memes, though?
Yeah.
It's inside jokes that make it to 17 million people.
It's funny because this one feels 670 to me, and it also involves the word seven.
I mean, yeah,
which
seven,
part of the
number
joke is that it doesn't really mean anything.
Yeah.
Like its meaninglessness is part of its meaning.
I can't engage with this. Yeah. But it was good to know that it happened this year.
But that is what happened. Those are our memes of October. Let me hand it over to you for our November memes. We're rounding out the year.
Obviously, November is when Zoran Mamdani, November 4th, won. New York was labeled the big red apple because of communism. And the term Mandanistan, which is or Zoranistan, like joking that, because he's 34, Muslim, and a socialist.
Yeah.
There's a lot of communist and Muslim memes and all that stuff.
Shakira law. That was a big meme.
Sharia law. So there's a bunch of stuff like that. But what I do want to talk to you about is this one meme that started in February that built it to a fashion trend that became popular in November.
Oh, wow.
So first, we're going to watch this video where this guy talks about how he's into matcha now, which is interesting with the performative male. But this guy at Kyle Umemba, I think he posts this video.
Yeah, I gotta let niggas know something, man. I'm a matcha nigga now, man. I like this shit. It's cooler, it's smoother, it's matcha, nigga. You coffee niggas is too fucking crazy. And I like crazy, but nigga, I'm a matcha nigga now, man. Matcha, chill out, nigga, slow down, man. I know the white girls been on this shit for years. I know you athletic niggas been on this shit for years. Cool. Nigga, matcha, nigga. I'm a matcha nigga now. Relax, chill, breathe, have a matcha. Sit back. It's cooler than tea. It's a little ice, a little colder than tea. But matcha, nigga. That's my word of the day.
So
I have seen that video.
You have seen that video. That video got 3.2 million likes. Who even knows? So what happens? So that was in February. It begins to all these people, especially guys, that start drinking matcha. It lends itself to
performatively
or
not.
Yeah, performatively or not. But they experiment with matcha. And usually, especially like young black men, there's a lot of videos of young black men drinking matcha. And a big popular piece of clothing for young black men in 2025 is a Nike Tech sweater and a Nike Tech tracksuit, which is next slide. You've probably seen it. You've seen that. So what happens is, based on the trend of matcha and knowing what this is, somebody in November posts this video.
Okay. It is a great tracksuit.
And another thing, I'm a quarter zip dude now. Simple. I don't do that Nike type stuff what y'all little boys do. I can't do that. I'm elegant. I'm classy. For me, like, you could take me somewhere. I look presentable. Y'all Nike Tech dudes scare me. Y'all put actual fear in my heart. Like, after God, I fear y'all Nike Tech dudes, truthfully. Like, I don't know how y'all do it. This is elegant. You see what I'm saying? Like, get you a quarter zip. Forget the Nike Tech. Forget the Lululemon. You don't even got to do aloe. Aloe expensive. This is like 15 cash, and I feel classy. And y'all know I hit the gym, so my muscles is showing. Like, everything's perfect about this. So let's steer away from the Nike Techs. Let's be different. Get you a quarter zip. Like, it's truly grown man attire. Like, certain people can't rock this the way I rock this. Like, y'all Nike Tech dudes scare me. Yes, I was wearing a Nike Tech the other day, but that don't matter. That's neither here nor there. This right here, for me, when my bro said, like, I'm a classic man. I mean, you could be me when you look this clean. Simple as that. I ain't gonna front. I'm feeling a little performative today. I might even get a matcha. Like, I don't even like that grass stuff, but I feel classy, man.
So,
wow.
Yes. So this sparks a whole discussion about quarter zips. Quarter zips being the new sweater for young men, young black men. Everyone's quarter zip this, quarter zip that.
I do like a man in a quarter zip.
People like a man with a quarter zip. People are commenting on it. People are saying, though, is the quarter zip coming back around an indication of business casual being popular club attire like it was in the early 2000s, right? Is it where are people going to start wearing vests? Are people going to start wearing blazers to clubs again? You know, that's the slippery slope where this exists. But the reason why I told you about the matcha latte and then built on this, because again, there's some trends that happen organically. And then this is just one of these trends that just someone's looking at the camera. It's like, this is over. It's all about this now.
Yeah.
It all amalgamated to the same creator posting this video that ties all the memes together.
Oh, wow.
Let's watch it.
I love to see all the memes tied together.
Yeah.
We don't do Nike Tech. We don't do coffee. There's straight quarter zips and matchas around here. He was talking about putting on a Nike Tech to come outside. I told him, what are you doing? You upgraded in life. You wear glasses now. You wear quarter zips. Now, you don't do Nike Tech. You don't do those. Talk to him.
Yo.
Talk to us.
Yesterday I was in the hood. Today I'm wearing this sweater. I'm in Blank Street, gang. Change your life, gang. Put the tech down.
Tech down. Quarter zips up. You heard? Quarter zips and stop. Come on, talk to us.
Amen, bro. We out.
Jesus love you. We love you. Have a blessed rest of your day.
Fascinating.
3.8 million views, Alise.
Wow.
Or no, 3.8 million likes. So the people have spoken. No more Nike Techs, no more hoodies. Quarter zips.
Quarter zips.
Quarter zips and matcha. That's in the conversation of performative males.
That's so interesting. Because I wouldn't think of the performative male as wearing a quarter zip. That's not what I would think of him wearing. I would think of him wearing like a Zoran t-shirt.
Yeah. But Zoran, what does Zoran wear? Zoran wears suits and all this stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think it's all independent.
I do feel like the rise of the quarter zip as like the fashion for men, and I know I did just say I like a man in a quarter zip and I don't take it back, but I feel like there's something tech bro-y about it.
Patagonia vest for sure.
I feel like that's
quarter
like
zip, yeah.
what they wear in their...
The tech bros love a Patagonia vest. Quarter zip I have to really marinate on because I just feel like it's a little swaggier than tech bro, but I guess not tech bro. I would say finance bro. Tech bros,
Maybe.
They're wearing like stupid meme shirts and stuff like that.
Yeah, but when they're like in their office and they have to be like,
Elon Musk is not
casual.
wearing a quarter zip.
Yeah, but like guys in San Francisco, I think are when they go into like their weird Google office.
Let us know in the comments, guys.
Yeah.
Quarter zip, is that a tech bro thing? What do you feel about the quarter zip?
Yeah. And again I like it.
It does. I get it. I get the thing. And sometimes you got to tell, people got to know, hey, we're not doing this anymore. I just remember again, I bring this up. My brother had a clique, him and his friends, and they would call the backpack crew because they would all wear empty backpacks to school and they were all whatever. And one day they all sat around my living room. My brother's like, no more skinny jeans. We're doing slim and straight only. 501. And he gave the actual number of the Levi's cut, like 501, And I just remember like that memo was powerful. Sometimes you need someone calling in.
You do. And it is powerful, especially like, men are not often as well versed in following fashion trends as women, not like, especially again, straight men.
Yeah.
Sometimes they do need like very clear directives.
Yeah, we're not doing
this. We are doing this. Okay. It's time to round out our year.
This was the only one you were really excited
This is the
for.
only meme that I was like, we must include this meme. And when you guys hear what it is, you'll understand why. We're ending the year the same way we ended last year.
Wow.
With a Wicked press tour meme. And I was concerned. I thought that this Wicked press tour, we weren't going to get any memes. It was a much more subdued press tour for Good. The only thing that kind of even approached a meme was Ariana Grande getting attacked by that weird guy.
See, I didn't even really.
Oh, it's her and Cynthia Erivo. They're on the red carpet.
I think
There's
I saw
this guy
something.
in Indonesia. He runs up. He grabs Ariana Grande. Cynthia Erivo protects her. It turns out this guy, I think he's Australian, and he's been known to go to a bunch of different concerts and do this. He's like always running on stage and scaring people.
Oh, okay. So it's giving the guy who's like in Korean jail right now.
Yeah, I think he did. He's been like banned.
Nuisance influencing.
Yeah, he's doing nuisance influencing and like he's running up and like scaring celebrities.
Cool.
Awesome. Whatever. I was like, wow, is that going to really be the only viral moment of this press tour? No. Because Michelle Yeoh stepped in. And this month we got the Michelle Yeoh Wicked Witch meme. What does this mean? So basically, do you remember that this was from Star is Born when people started to realize that Lady Gaga was giving the same speech? There could be 100 people in a room about Bradley Cooper. She was like saying the same thing over and over again. So something similar has now happened with Michelle Yeoh, where people have realized that she has this line that she's been using in many, many interviews about her character, Madame Morrible, MM.
Okay.
You flip it around. Wicked Witch.
Wow.
Right? So now I'm going to watch a video. We're going to watch a video. This is just a mashup.
Is Madame Morrible the Wicked Witch? Spoiler alert.
Madame Morrible.
She's not, though.
She's not the Wicked Witch, but she is actually the villain of the story. And she is a witch. She actually does have powers.
But she's not the Wicked Witch.
She's not the Wicked Witch, but I think what it's speaking to is like, who is really the Wicked Witch? It's not really Elphaba. It's kind of Madame Morrible because Madame Morrible has powers and she is actually behaving in a wicked manner.
Sure.
So, MM.
Okay.
Flip it around.
Wicked Witch. All right.
So this is a mashup of Michelle Yeoh saying it in a bunch of different places.
Madame Morrible, MM, flip it around, Wicked Witch. Actually, I think for Madame Morrible, it just went from MM to WW, Wicked Witch. Madame Morrible, MM, flip it around, Wicked Witch.
Wow, multiple times in the same outfit.
Wicked Witch. One is Madame Morrible, now known as the Wicked Witch.
Right.
Just think, MM, flip it around, Wicked Witch.
She's changed, but not for good.
Wicked Witch.
Was this fun? Because
who is truly the Wicked Witch? WW, MM, WW.
It's true.
MM
Turn into
Wicked Witch.
I know.
MM.
Oh my God.
Wicked Witch.
You're very evil.
Horrible.
Yes.
MM.
No.
Wicked Witch.
Yeah, oh my God.
Oh, I played the
No.
Wicked Witch. I think it was.
Oh my God.
This is her just doing the hand motion. So, okay. Like, there's so much to it. I think there's just something to the joy of, like, you can tell that Michelle Yeoh really connected with something about this. And I do think that there's, like, something about press tours where maybe people don't realize how much they're saying something like this. And then as soon as you realize it, you see that she's doing it in so many interviews.
She's doing it multiple times on the same red carpet.
She's doing it so many times. The fact that there's a hand motion to it.
Can I say something? My theory? She's a martial artist.
Yeah.
So she probably just likes a physical embodiment of, you know, and also I'm like, she's kind of throwing it up like a gang sign.
She is a little, I mean, they're the MM, flip it around, Wicked Witch.
You know, it's a lot.
There's something to that. I mean, there's also a lot of discourse around Michelle Yeoh's
skinny?
performance. Well, yes, that's the other viral thing from the Wicked press tour is how skinny everyone is. That's not a fun meme.
Yeah.
But there's also just a lot around like her performance in the movie in general. People think she's miscast, whatever. Either way, it's very funny that she has this like phrase that she's been saying. It clearly brings her a lot of joy. And so what I do want to round out with is this meme gets big enough that we get something that we don't often see in our modern era. which is that we get an auto-tune the news type song.
Jesus fucking Christ.
So let's listen now from auto-tune vids. The Madame Morrible Wicked Witch song.
Madam Horrible, flip it around. Wicked Witch. Wicked Witch. Who is truly the Wicked Witch? Wicked Witch. WWMM. Wicked Witch.
She's changed, but not for good. Turn into Wicked Witch.
Flip it around. WW. Wicked Witch. The Wicked Witch. Wicked Witch. WWMM. Wicked Witch.
Oh wow.
Beautiful. We don't get an auto-tune always in these modern times.
I mean, for good reason. It's also tough when like they put the face filters and then she puts her finger up and you can see it warp.
Yeah.
That's really tough. Wow, is that our last meme of the year?
This is our last meme of the year.
So,
we ended where we started with wicked memes.
Yes. That's crazy.
I know.
I just have to do two honorable mentions.
Of course.
Or really just one.
Of course.
Because one honorable mention was Gen Z stare. That was something that was kind of like, we talked about it, but it was a term coined in 2025.
Yes.
So we have to do that. But finally, like, we do have to do an honorable mention of 6'7".
Wow.
Because that's kind of the biggest meme of this year, especially with Gen Alpha. And it's hard to trace back. And if you Google what is 6'7", I mean, first of all, okay, let me just tell you what 6'7" is. 6'7" is a popular nonsensical slang term and meme designated by dictionary.com's word of the year in 2025, used mostly by Gen Alpha to express absurdity, signal group identity, or a meaningless filler. Originated from a Skrilla, which is different from Skrillex, millennials, song, and popularized by basketball player LaMelo Ball. I think that's the same LaMelo Ball that was in the Indonesian
I was about
boat
to say,
racing.
second mention of LaMelo Ball.
Exactly. Very important for Gen Alpha. While traditionally meaning the number, after 6'6", which star 6'7" is what you used to dial when you wanted to hide your caller ID.
But do kids even need to do that?
I don't know. But okay. So it's often shouted playfully, like a sound effect with no meaning, similar to like the brain rot. Like it's a brain rot slang.
Yeah.
Also, it's an inside joke. I think it kind of means like so-so, and a lot of people do like 6'7", 6'7". So if you Google what is 6'7", at least at time of this recording, you know how Google has doodles? The entire page will flop up and down like this. So it's 6'7". There's millions of memes of people shouting 6'7". 6'7", what does it mean? What doesn't it mean? Whatever. Like, who even knows?
I think once again, it's like its meaninglessness is the point.
Yeah.
Like if you're asking what it means, then you don't get it. Then you're not in the in-group.
And, you know, as with any slang, if you want your kids to stop saying it, if you're tired of it, if you think it's stupid, just use it a lot.
Yeah.
And
there were parents dressing up as 6'7" for Halloween this year. And I was like, and that's the end of it, I bet.
And that's the end. And then, you know, that's how the kids will stop. But
yeah. I don't know if 6'7" makes its way
to 2026.
Not too far into 2026.
Interesting.
I wonder.
We just had to do an honorable mention.
Of course. The thing is, it's 6'7". We couldn't ascribe it to a certain month because it was the meme of the year.
So we just had to do that. And with that, I mean, guys, that's our year of memes. We did it. Thank you guys so much for being with us and listening to us. Please check out, you know, when you're listening to this, our Spotify, our Patreon.
Yes.
But, you know, we just really appreciate another year of Go Touch Grassdom.
Yeah.
This is our third time doing this episode. And yeah, I don't know if you have anything else.
I mean, yeah, I feel the same way. I'm so grateful that any of you would choose to spend the precious moments of your year with us. And we have some really exciting things coming up for 2026. Grass Nation grows stronger and more powerful with every passing day.
Every day.
And I am excited, scared, titillated, triggered to think about what it is that we are going to be covering in 2026. But until next time,
go touch grass!